Bom pessoal, estamos aqui hoje para trazer mais um vídeo de Genshin Impact. Dessa vez vamos jogar o evento principal dessa versão, que é Onde Recifes Encontram Ondas. Aparentemente a gente ganhou uma carta da Nefer, que já faz um tempo, grande heroína de Teyvat. Você viajou para longe, conheceu várias figuras importantes do mundo e, como sabemos, essa gama de experiências é uma que poucos podem ter igual. Na verdade, tem um assunto de negócio que acredito que você seja unicamente adequada para lidar. Obviamente, você será recompensado. Se tiver interesse, vá para a curadoria e beleza.
So, it is from Nefer. She sure dialed up the charm, huh? Sounds like the payout could be huge, though. Let's head to the curatorium and check it out.
E é isso, tema do vídeo de hoje. Deixa o like, se inscrevam e simbora. Não lembro do que o evento era. Tipo, apresentaram lá na live e tal, mas já esqueci, a essa altura do campeonato já esqueci.
You
Então,
got here even earlier than I expected. That should give us just enough time to go over some details before the opening ceremony.
o que você precisa?
How about a cup of tea first? I'm sure it was a long trip.
Ah, se você insiste, tá bom, né?
Now tell me, Traveler and Paimon, have you heard of the NOD-KRAI Trade Expo?
Não.
Nope.
A long time ago, back before Nasha Town even had that name, this place was essentially one giant black market. With no administrative oversight, trade that was prohibited elsewhere was fair game here. So this place began to attract business from all over Teyvat. Over time, more and more people settled here, and what was once a black market became what is now Nasha Town. The spirit of free trade has been a local staple ever since. Hence, the NOD-KRAI Trade Expo was born.
So, is it like a business convention?
In a sense. It's an annual tradition once the shipping routes open up. The expo offers a chance to trade without restrictions. In other words, it's the biggest legal black market in all of Teyvat.
Mercado ilegal, legal? Como assim? Então, foi por isso que você me pediu pra vir?
Yes. The Voynich Guild is organizing the event, and that comes with a lot of responsibilities. Normally I would let JAHODA handle most of the work, but this year, it might prove too much for her to manage on her own. Something tells me we'll have a lot of big names in attendance this time. Working with VIP clients takes someone with the right experience and connections. Hence why I think JAHODA might need a helping hand.
Oh, so that's where the Traveler comes in.
Exactly. I was hoping you could help her with participant coordination.
Beleza, é legal você cuidar da JAHODA.
I don't know if I'd put it quite like that. I'm just interested in playing to people's strengths.
Ah, sei.
In addition, I think you'll find the compensation to be quite to your satisfaction.
Qual é a pegadinha?
Are you in? Good instincts. I do have one special request, as the one offering this commission. In principle, the NOD-KRAI Trade Expo is a platform for commerce with no restrictions. That said, the Guild does have one line that is not to be crossed. I'll need you to help make sure all participants are clear on this unspoken rule. As long as everyone complies, the expo should go off without a hitch.
Tá, e que regra é essa?
No violence at the expo. The Guild has pledged to ensure the safety of all sellers and buyers in attendance.
Violence? Whoa! That wasn't even on Paimon's radar! Just because it's legal doesn't change the fact that this is still a black market, huh?
If that line is crossed, the event will descend into chaos.
Beleza, quem quebrar a regra eu dou uma surra, é isso.
Of course, mediating such situations might prove complicated. So, if you ever want my judgment on the matter, just come find me. The expo is being held on the shoreline to the southeast of Nasha Town. JAHODA is working on setting up the booths as we speak. She'll be able to provide details on the participants as well. All right. I suppose I'll leave you to it then.
Sorrisinho na cara aí, não me engana não, hein, fia?
We got this.
Tá com cara de pegadinha assim muito forte. É uma missão da curadoria dos segredos, a parte 1 da história, né? Até que parece um lugar bem bonito. Considerando que é tudo cinza e marrom, né?
This is where Nefer said what the expo should be.
Aí se botar mais umas decorações, aí o negócio fica legal mesmo, hein?
Oh, yeah. Let's go with this. We can't keep changing the setup.
Where are the goods being stored? You still haven't told us.
And what's the guild's cut on transactions this year?
Sorry, one question at a time, please. Oh, I should have just stuck to cat wrangling.
Ficar cuidando dos gatos.
Hey, Yahoda.
Oba, fia.
Traveler, Paimon. Sorry, I've got kind of a line here.
Don't worry. We're not here to pile more work on you.
Really? Boss Neff, you absolute lifesaver. I'm seriously drowning over here. Oh, you two are doing me a huge favor.
Never asked us to handle participant coordination. So, how can we help?
Let me think. Oh, right. There are still 3 participants that haven't checked in. At least I think it was 3.
Acho que eram 3.
Come on, Yahoda. Get a grip. I'm not forgetting anything. Am I?
Looks like Yahoda's doing her freaking out face again.
É, a gente tá aqui pra
Sorry.
ajudar, eu acho.
So much to keep track of.
Let's start with the basics then. What does participant coordination involve?
It's things like registering all the participants, verifying their goods, showing them to their booths. Oh, and if any disputes break out between them, it's your job to mediate.
Got it!
We're still waiting on the sellers for these last 3 booths. One's reserved for Ino, but as for the other 2, they're both big deal clients from abroad. The kind of people we really don't want to offend, so be extra careful around them.
Hey, the Traveler's got this. What's the worst that could happen?
Então esses stands aí devem ser da Beidou e da Nava, né? Já que elas são as duas estrangeiras aí na relação.
One of them's the captain of some mercenary fleet sailing the high seas, and the other's a top dog in the criminal underworld. Getting on their bad sides, 100% a no-go. If something goes wrong, let's hope that's a big if, don't engage. Just tell him you work for Boss Neff.
Tá.
Alright. You have a bunch of work still, right? Leave the merc
Chefão
captain
do
and
crime.
gangster buzz to us.
Oh, lifesavers. The
Baita
both of
chefe
you.
do crime aquela ali, hein?
NOD-KRAI hot
Aquela
dogs
ali
are
sim é
on me
perigosa.
later. I promise. And whatever else you want. Anyway, I'm guessing the 2 sellers I just mentioned are caught up with lodging or cargo. You should be able to find them at these addresses. I'd get over there pronto if I were you. People like that don't take well to be kept waiting. Oh, and tell Ino to bust a move, would you? The booth I'm saving for her is in a prime location. If she doesn't come claim it, the other participants are gonna start asking questions.
Número 2 da classe do... Ah, um novo navio de guerra. Me interessei. Ok, então uma nova embarcação. Olha só.
Is this?
Actually, this is the second ship in our fleet. The Alcor's back home patrolling Guyun Stone Forest.
Que saudade dessa personagem.
Infamous merc captain who sails the high seas.
Yeah. We've met, remember? What's with all the pomp and circumstance?
It's a long story.
Well, no sense standing around. Take a seat, tell me all about it. I'll have my men roll out the welcome mat.
É tão bom vendo a Beidou é uma das primeiras pessoas, tipo, um dos primeiros meses que eu já tive no jogo e nossa, que
You
bom
know
ver
the
ela
head
de volta.
honcho of the
Nem seria
curatorium,
só pra um
huh?
eventinho pra dar uma
Your
zoada.
network of connections is something else, that's for sure.
É, sobre o registro.
Right. We need a record of who's participating in the expo and what you're planning to trade.
Well, mark down me and a few crew members as participants. The rest will stay on the ship. As for what we're trading, take a look.
Dá uma olhada.
What is it?
É uma...
A while ago, Ningguang revamped the Guizhong Ballista.
balista,
The
isso?
beauty you see here is one of her new and improved models. It has insane firepower and comes complete with remote guidance for accurate striking even at long distances. I just know people are gonna be fighting to get their hands on it.
Are you sure you're allowed to sell stuff like this?
Don't worry. Compared to the model the Milleleft's using, this one might as well be an antique.
Never wasn't kidding when she said no restrictions, huh?
Mas quem, tipo, quem compraria isso?
I'm sure someone will bite. Buyers from
Ah,
all over Teyvat will be in attendance after
olha
all.
também quem deu as caras aí, ó. Ô, Bafia.
Ah, sorry. I was so busy with the cargo, I forgot to mention that Yelan was aboard.
No worries. You here for the expo too, Yelan?
No, I'm just here for work. Captain Beidou was kind enough to lend me a ride, so no need to register me with the expo. Anyway, it's been a while, traveler. If you get the chance, be sure to pass along my regards to the head of the curatorium.
Bom, como
The sensitive kind.
a Irlanda, esse negócio meio de serviço de inteligência lá de Liyue, acho que faz sentido ela conhecer a Nefer
Sounds
também, né?
like our cue to stop asking questions, doesn't it?
Também acho.
Well, I'll be off then. Once I'm done with this, drinks are on me.
About time! I've been itching to see NOD-KRAI from the bottom of a bottle.
Alright, that's it for registration. Follow us, and we'll take you to the venue.
Beidou dirige sua tripulação para descarregar a carga e a gente vai junto com eles. Ah, então eles não vão vender
So,
só
this is the place, huh? Not a bad spot.
essa balista, vão
When you've
vender
got
mais
some
coisa,
time,
né?
come help me test the remote guidance on this thing. It's a real thrill, you'll love it.
Então de combate, o gameplay de combate é dela, ok. Eu não sei muito bem o que o evento vai abordar, mas obviamente tem que ter um minigame de combate, né? Sempre tem que ter.
The flagship. Guess this participant decided to figure out lodging first.
Ó, já viu a gente lá de longe.
Partner, Paimon.
Oba.
Navia! It's been forever!
Aposto que você tá aqui pra, né?
You got that right. Representing the Spina di Rosula, of course.
Top dog of the criminal underworld. Yeah, that checks out.
Is that my new nickname? I'm not opposed. It's kind of snazzy.
It's great that we found you. We're working a commission to help with participant registration right now. You know, goods verification, stuff like that.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, take a seat. I ordered a whole bunch of food. Clorand and Chevreuse went to unpack some things, but should be back in a sec. Oh, speak of the devil.
Talking about us?
Aí, ó.
Clorand! Chevreuse! You're here too!
Tirando essas duas aí que, beleza, eu vou ser meio sincero, eu não gosto muito dessas duas aí, mas a Navia e a Beidou na história já, opa.
NOD-KRAI is a chaotic and dangerous place.
E a JAHODA
Considering
também,
the
já vai ser um
Spina's
negócio
importance to
interessante.
Fontaine, the last thing we need is for something to happen to its president.
I do find it nice to travel with friends, but come on, look who you're talking to. What's the worst that could happen?
With that nonchalant attitude,
Com essas
it's
atitudes.
anybody's guess.
Fair enough. Guess you can mark down our champion duelist here as my bodyguard.
Gang boss and her bodyguard. Got it. Should we mark you down for the expo too, Chevreuse?
No need. I'm here on official business. A lot of our recent cases have had ties to NOD-KRAI.
And that's Paimon's cue to butt out. Oh, one more thing. What's the Spina planning to trade at the expo?
Oh, this right here. It's one of the Fontaine Research Institute's newest inventions. It's a kind of relay system that allows the user to unleash Numa and Usia energy in battle.
Ah,
So it's a weapon?
Of course. At a market with no legal oversight like this one, weapons are gonna be the first to go.
Guess so. Still, bragging about not having to follow the law in front of Chevreuse feels wrong.
I don't mind. I've read quite a bit about lawless territories and crime novels before. As a detective, I know that I'll need to put the rules aside for now if I want to get things done here. And on that note, I should get to work. I've got patrol members waiting on me.
Well, ready to head over to the venue? Just follow us!
All right, let's get this show on the road. I want to get a bit of shopping in as well.
a outra falou que teve casos de alguma coisa acontecendo. Será que vão abordar isso na missão? Fiquei curioso agora.
Wow, it's even bigger than I expected. I'm hoping more people will show up,
O
though.
que a outra tá fazendo ali sozinha no meio do
They don't
pátio?
get busier once things kick off. Still, looks like JAHODA needs a lot of help.
Well, Clorand and I are all set up for now. Be sure to stop by our booth when you get a chance.
Tá, eu acho que os eventos, por enquanto, dá pra gente deixar de lado, mas... Vamos ver a história por enquanto, né? Ah, gostei da animação do menu, hein?
Legal e bonito.
E, fia, a Aina apareceu por aqui?
One at a time.
Ué, não?
Hey, you two!
Que bicho é esse?
Traveler, Paimon, hello.
We're helping out Never with some expo stuff, and we heard the Krumkake craft shop is taking part.
Correct. Aino is just doing a final round of debugging on her thwack and smack defense bots.
Robô de lapada e pancada, que nome...
Is that her submission for the expo?
Que nome creativo.
Yes. Moles and other small creatures often steal from the craft shop, so Aino designed a defense bot based off of them to protect this place. Upon further testing, these bots turned out to be highly effective, so she decided to perform some upgrades and bring them to the expo.
Wait! So Aino is actually gonna trade one of her bots?
Not exactly. With the exception of a few special orders, Aino rarely sells her finished products. What she's trading at the expo is the blueprint, not the finished product.
Oh! So, are you guys ready to head over there? Yahoda asked us to speed things along a bit. She's saving a super good spot for you, and she's worried people are gonna start asking questions.
I told her I need to finish debugging first. There's no point in rushing or I'll have nothing to trade.
Oh! Paimon's never seen Aino this serious before.
The craft shop is experiencing a severe shortage of funds. Aino is hoping the expo will improve our financial situation, so she's being extra thorough.
Where'd all the
faz
money
sentido.
go? Some kind of expensive research?
Negative. It's our dessert funds that are lacking. We have had at least 47 cases where excess dessert purchases have led to a shortage of research funds.
Ah, ela só quer dinheiro pra comprar mais
As
comida.
such, I decided to split up our research and dessert budgets. Aino is forbidden from dipping into one to transfer to the other, and not too long ago, she cleaned out the entire dessert budget for this month.
É surpreendente.
Alright, done. Thwack and whack defense bots, do me proud.
E o que eu tô achando interessante por enquanto é que os minigames estão sendo introduzidos junto com a história, né?
This looks like a good spot for the demo platform.
Eu lembro que eles fizeram algo parecido num evento que teve em Nazuma. Mas, tipo, pô, eles vão lá, tem um evento com a história e tal, aí você liberar um minigame, você tem que fazer meia dúzia de diálogo com a porra do NPC, que é chatão, mano.
This new bot looks pretty interesting, Aino.
Swing by and try it out whenever you want. It'll blow your mind. I just know it.
Thanks for the help.
No problem. Oh, and for registration, is it just gonna be you two?
I will be participating, but there is no need to register Aino. She doesn't like to be around a lot of people. Once the expo starts, she'll head straight back to the craft shop.
Oh, good point. The 3 participants that Yahoda mentioned are all set now. Let's go give her an update.
Tá, fia, tá todo mundo aqui já. E aí? Ixi, que isso?
Hey, what was that for?
Just shut up and move along. This spot is mine now.
It's the lady in charge. We were just setting up our booth and he's trying to take it from us.
A troublemaker, huh? The expo announcement spells it out
Seu
clear
mané.
as day. All forms of violence are strictly prohibited. Read it and weep, Buster. Oh, I've been wanting to talk tough like that for ages. Should be enough to scare off a punk like him, no?
It's not like I wanted to hit anyone. It's just not fair.
Como assim não é justo?
What's that supposed to mean?
We all know the black market stuff is in the highest demand here. So how did these twerps get a spot selling these stupid toys? I did some digging and guess what? Turns out these brats have connections in the Voynich Guild. Obviously, someone pulled a few strings to get them here. But me, I miss one stupid deadline, and that's when the rules start to matter? Give me a break.
Eu perdi o prazo, aí é culpa é sua.
Hey, we earned our place, fair and square.
Ah, beleza, é meio estranho mesmo ter um monte de criança vendendo brinquedo no mercado ilegal, mas foda-se.
Foda-se. As if.
So,
bem sincero.
you're slinging out the easy targets, huh? That might work for you on the outside, but not here. And these kids earned the right to be here, same as everyone else. Don't believe me? Take it up with the guild. We'll see who comes out on top.
Just you wait.
Ó, JAHODA botou presença, hein, Raul. É caralho, foda.
Just some punk looking for a fight. Huh. But I scared him off without even lifting a finger.
Aí eu botei...
I'm still shaking. That was
Botei
close.
fé nela.
Almost had to pull the never guard.
Well, he's lucky he decided to run off, or we'd have helped teach him a lesson.
A carinha dela.
Miss. All in a day's work. Anyway, knew I remembered you guys. Your guardian works for the guild, right?
Auntie, are you all right?
I'm fine. Just got a little scrape when he pushed me.
Nossa, a voz dessa criança é mó grossa, caramba.
I got caught up with something. I should have been here. I'm sorry.
All right, Ashvapati. The one man in the guild who wouldn't know profit if it hit him in the face.
Nossa, mas calma aí também, né, JAHODA? Não precisa esculachar o cara, que
You
isso?
get a spot in the most lucrative market in the world, and you're letting the kids use it to sell toys. And no one else would even entertain that idea.
Well, the purpose of the expo is free trade, right? There's no rule that participants have to sell weapons.
No, but most people know what's gonna make real dough.
Que?
Unlike a
JAHODA,
certain
calma aí,
someone.
pô. Tava te elogiando até agora que você tava todo alterado. Que é isso, cara?
Não, calma, irmão, não é assim.
A JAHODA tirou o dia pra esculachar os outros, né, porra?
Auntie, Neb, Rhea, head back to the booth. If anything else comes up, you call for me, okay?
Okay, got it.
A tecnologia desses brinquedos também pode ter fins bélicos.
Yeah.
You two know your stuff.
Wait, what? Then why not make them look the part? They'll sell tons better that way.
If you were to leave your kids a gift, would you choose a toy or a weapon?
Olha, existem brinquedos que simulam armas, tipo uma Nerf, sabe? Mas eu entendi o ponto.
In any case, I'm not looking to make it big. I applied for the expo because the kids thought it would be fun.
Fair enough. You're still gonna be busy with guild business though, right? Just a heads up. This might not be the safest place to leave the kids unattended.
I understand. A lot of children suffer because their parents are too consumed with work. It's unavoidable sometimes. But I want them to have better.
You know what? Don't even sweat it. I'll look out for them. What the heck are you doing, Yahoda?
É, falei isso agora, ué, filho, você já não tá cheio de trabalho, não?
That would be amazing. What do you say to Miss Yahoda, you three?
Thank you, Miss Yahoda. My pleasure. Just have them come find me if anything comes up.
Ela tá falando até meio...
Got it.
Viu?
I should get going then.
Já se arrependendo do que acabou de falar. É, beleza.
Wow. Way to step up, Yahoda.
I'm just looking out for some kids. How hard could it be? Then again, I bet I'll be swamped with disputes to settle once this thing gets rolling for real.
Relax, we'll help you out. Oh, also, we registered the last 3 participants. So, the expo can start now, right?
Wow, already? In that case, let me go get things ready for the grand opening. Talk to you later.
Ela
She
correndo.
really does have a lot on her shoulders.
Bom, vamos ajudar o máximo que der, né?
Attention, everyone.
Ah, não.
Now complete.
Ah, tá me zoando.
I am pleased to announce that the NOD-KRAI Trade Expo is open for business.
Tem a Dora e o Zé bonitinho ali, cara, nem fodendo. O Rick Editor tá participando aqui também, mano, inacreditável.
Temos aqui ele que é um grande safado.
Cadê? Aqui, ó. É você mesmo com que eu quero conversar. E aí, fi? O Liben, né, no caso. Mas eu chamo ele de ou Zé Bonitinho ou Rick Editor.
Hey, look! It's our old pal, Lieben.
Oh, it's you two. Been a while,
Ah,
hasn't
fi.
Wait, you know this guy too? Okay, I'm slowly starting to get why Boss
Quando é que você vai começar a dar umas migalhas aí de Snesnaya?
Ah, you must be the expo manager. Was there something you needed from me?
Nope, just checking in. You're just selling a few ordinary items, is that right?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Okay. I mean, we've got people selling toys this year, so...
You seem confused. In the right environment, ordinary items don't have to fetch an ordinary price, you know?
Cara, pior que essa lógica dele faz total sentido. Caralho, gênio.
I'm sure I'll meet someone at this trade expo who recognizes their hidden value.
Cool. Well, you do you. I'm certainly not gonna stop you.
What about you, friend? Care to do some business?
Você não tá no ramo das caixinhas?
Well, to be honest, I spent most of the ones in my inventory to purchase this batch of goods. The ones you see here are just for decoration. But I'm confident that I can make a killing here, so I'll be sure to make another batch of Boxer Marvels should the opportunity arise later.
Ok. Mas legal saber. Tipo, pô, num lugar que pode vender literalmente qualquer coisa. Eu acho que a ideia de vender coisas normais e der uma super faturada no preço, eu acho que, pô, para pra pensar, acho que faz sentido, hein? Agora se vai funcionar ou não, são os 500. Isso aqui são arma de fato, hein? Cara, que design interessante.
That's a familiar face. Isn't that Viswava?
Whisky?
Why, if it isn't the Traveler. Knew there'd be some big names here.
Moça, é a primeira vez que eu tô te vendo na minha vida. Como assim? A gente se conhece.
Let's get the official business over with first. Unfortunately, you're the first seller at the expo to receive a complaint. We've received word that the muskets you're selling are a few shots away from turning into scrap.
Well, yeah. It's written here plain as day.
Eu não escrevi sobre isso,
Muskets for sale. Condition extremely poor. The internal grooves have been worn away and the ammo might be damp. Best practice is to pray that it doesn't explode before each use.
Antes de você atirar, reza pra ver se não vai explodir.
So you weren't speaking in code to cover your tracks?
Code?
Yeah. Sometimes people bring stuff that needs to be kept on the down low, so they dress it up as junk beforehand. Happens on the black market all the time.
You're overthinking things here. This stuff really is junk. We were just gonna scrap them, but my superiors thought we might as well try and make some more off of them.
Até faz sentido vender coisa que já tá desgastada assim, mas pô, o que tá literalmente na beirada ali pra estragar, eu acho que
And who knows?
É pedir demais,
if the
né?
prayers are answered and the gun ends up firing a few times, the buyer hasn't totally wasted their money, have they?
Mas o pessoal gastaria isso aí com o quê, né?
Guess not.
I mean, a weapon on the brink of ruin that's still capable of considerable firepower. Doesn't that just scream black market to you?
Yeah, but who would buy something like this?
Maybe collectors who
pode ser
don't
colecionador,
care
é uma
if it
boa.
works. And desperados who don't care if it explodes.
Fair enough.
Tipo, não necessariamente vai usar a arma, mas pode botar, sei lá, de decoração na parede. Cara, já que a gente tá tendo uma oportunidade, vamos começar com todo mundo, né?
Sir, we don't forbid exhibitors from offering drink samples, but I need to make sure you understand what you're getting into. Any samples you offer are at your own risk. If anything goes wrong, like if a customer has a bad reaction to one of your products, the expo can't take any responsibility.
Esse cara é de Mondstadt?
Rest assured, ma'am, what you see here is 100% pure Mondstadt vintage. Straight from the Dawn Winery's cellars, actually.
Really? Wow-wee. You don't often find Mondstadt wine this far away from home.
Ah, you're telling me. If you try to ship this stuff through the proper channels, all the taxes and tariffs would send the prices skyrocketing. But that's where my connections come in. With me, you get Mondstadt wine at Mondstadt prices.
Cool. What kind of connections?
Hey, you can't go around asking people questions like that.
Que tipo de conexão, né? Aquele que... É o tipo de conexão do famoso dois caras numa moto? Seria isso? Suspeito, mas... Ok. Tá, esse aqui parece ser de roupa de Fontaine.
Welcome to the Treasure Hoarder booth.
Estande dos ladrões de tesoura, não.
The treasure hoarders have a booth?
Yep, every year. This is the largest legal black market in all of Teyvat. The stuff they dig up is perfect for a place like this.
But can one person really represent their entire organization?
No way. treasure hoarder is just a catch-all title. Their internal structure is crazy complicated. The thing is, the members who'd apply to set up the exhibits used to give themselves ever more highfalutin titles. You know, to boost Spire confidence. Over time, it became an unwritten rule that each expo can only have one treasure hoarder booth. The different factions usually duke it out beforehand for the right to take part.
To be honest, I see myself as a member of the Fruity Order first, and a treasure hoarder second.
Ordem das Frutas? Eu já ouvi isso em algum lugar ou eu tô ficando maluco?
Of course it does. The Fruity Order is known far and wide for its heroic deeds.
The Fruity Order's a familiar name around here, at least. They've been winning the Treasure Hoarder Expo rights for a few years now. Although, this guy's a new face.
Tem amigo aqui de Natural também agora.
This exhibitor's demands are ridiculous. What's wrong? This exhibitor is apparently selling some rare Natlanese artifacts. And he's making some extremely unrealistic demands about how he wants them stored. I know the contract says that we're responsible for storage, but I'm sorry. It's unreasonable to expect us to meet these requirements.
Unreasonable? These are rare and very fragile historical relics we're talking about. You can't just throw them into a warehouse, okay? They have to be handled with care.
Bom, você é do mestre dos ventos, né?
Tumaini?
Yep, that's Tumaini, all right. So, what exactly do you need?
Tumaini?
Well, I suppose I can use the assigned warehouse if I really have to. Just don't tell Granny Eatsley about this, please.
Foi bom fazer negócio com você.
Whatever Tumaini means, it seems like it carries even more weight than name-dropping Boss Neff.
E aí, Fia, que você tá aqui no cantinho? Ah, não, é pra ver a exposição dos outros já, né, agora. Os nossos friends.
It's her! The boss of the Spina di Rosula! Huh? Uh-oh, things are about to kick off.
What are you worried about, Yahoda?
Shh! Don't you see him over there? Parasol Lady's the head honcho of the Fontanian underworld. Rumor is she pulled the crumbling organization back together and avenged her father with her
Relaxa,
own
Jahoda. A situação com essas duas aí
get on her bad side.
tá em boas mãos.
An eye patch over there is a merc captain from Liyue. She has a fleet of her
Eu só não
own
lembro
that
se essas duas se
sails the
conhecem.
seas.
Mas eu acho que
Most
sim,
people
né?
know to steer clear. I was worried this expo might not be big enough for the two of them, if you catch my drift. So I kept their booths far apart. Looks like they wound up meeting in the end, though. You don't think they're butting heads already, do you? What am I gonna do?
Deixa que eu cuido disso, já disse.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, hey there, partner in Paimon. Partner?
Can't go far in my line of work without hearing about the president of the Spina di Rosula or the champion duelist of the court of Fontaine. Thought I'd make some friends since the opportunity's presenting itself. Plus, now that the travelers arrived, I wonder if these ladies might just agree to coming aboard for a drink.
What's the traveler got to do with that?
You're too kind, Miss Beto.
So, the thing is, over there is a friend of ours. She's managing the expo, and seeing as you're all big shots where you come from, she was worried you might,
Que vocês saiam metendo a porrada uma na outra.
Is that so? Well, I think you can put her at ease.
Yeah, and if there's anything we can do to help, just say the word.
É, fia, 6 anos caminhando de um lado pro outro, tá fazendo alguma...
Nothing to worry about.
Não é pouca bosta, não.
These people are your friends. How is that even possible?
Por que você acha que me chamam de viajante? Vamos logo, agora que a gente já viu tudo, vamos ver aqui a Inefa.
Wonder how Beto, Navia, and Inefa's goods are selling. Let's go check.
Excuse me. According to the expo announcement, you are in charge of mediating disputes between participants, correct?
Sim.
Just now, as Aino was about to return to the workshop, she got dragged into a conversation with some individuals who appear to have unofficial ties to the expo. My database does not have relevant information on how to address the situation, so I came to you for help.
Unofficial ties, huh? Sounds a little shady.
Tá.
Come with me.
Vambora.
A device that uses Numa and Lucia energies in battle. With that kind of tech, a bandit group could rob a caravan without even showing their faces.
And what about this thing? Remote guidance? Precision bombing at long distance? If a group of thugs got their hands on it, their enemies might as well surrender on the spot.
The Fontaine Research Institute made the right call going through the Spina di Rosula rather than selling it themselves.
The same is true for the Ministry of Civil Affairs, I'm sure. A merc captain who spends most of her time at sea is far less conspicuous.
Huh?
What about this girl? She seems to be trading in military-grade weapons as well.
The Clink Clank Krumkake craft shop does take on a lot of orders for dangerous creations. But I think in this case...
I'm overthinking
A cara dela de... O que eu tenho a ver com isso?
I think so.
Yelan? Chevrolet? What are you doing here?
Traveler. Paimon. How did you find this place?
Although this location is indeed rather secluded, Aino has equipped me with a special sensor module. With it, I was able to detect that you had pulled her aside for questioning.
The rumors are true then. She's quite the little engineer.
Can you tell me what this is about already?
Apologies, but it's a matter of utmost importance, so I had to be sure. After our conversation, however, I can confirm that Aino is not involved in this case.
Traveler, could you help us clear up this misunderstanding?
Tá. Tira... Pode levar ela embora. Some daqui, vai. A cara dela de...
Based on our conversation just now, I'm guessing neither of us is the target the other is searching for.
I second that. And since our strategies were so similar, I'd wager we're after the same person.
Quando a gente conversou mais cedo, parecia que vocês queriam esconder alguma coisa.
Paimon thought so too.
Well, I wasn't planning on dragging you into all this. But now that I appear to have gained an unexpected partner, I suppose I might as well explain. I trust you, Traveler. And Miss Chevrolet seems to do the same. With you here, I'm hoping we can avoid further misunderstandings.
Agreed.
Tá, manda bala. Tem que se afastar,
Miss
né? Por
Chevrolet
causa de
and I
alguém
seem to
ouvir.
be here in NOD-KRAI to reel in the same fish.
That's right. And the product we brought to trade is the bait. Of course, if I worked in the booth, it might tip people off. So that's where Navia comes in. I assume it's the same situation with Captain Beto?
So, does that mean your target is gonna be at the expo?
Yes. There's a good chance it's one of the buyers.
But, what about Nefer's golden rule?
Olha, eu acho que nesse caso a gente vai ter que levar até...
What?
Vocês
No.
até ela.
I've done some digging into the head of the curatorium and where she stands. We can't let her know what we're doing.
Well...
I wouldn't be surprised if she got the Traveler involved because she anticipated this from the start. If the Traveler has someone to answer to, then we should go.
Fine.
Nefer! You here? Turns out, we actually do need your help with something.
Ah, Miss Yelan from Liyue, and Miss Chevrolet from Fontaine. It's quite the honor. Forgive me for not greeting you sooner.
So you knew we were coming all along?
Anticipating your arrival is one thing. Getting you to come talk to me is another.
And that's why you put the Traveler in charge of participant coordination. You knew we trusted her enough to tell her the truth about our plans. And you also knew that, out of respect for your arrangement,
Cara, eu lembro que eu
the
falei
first thing
disso.
she
Pô,
would
imagina
do is bring us here.
a Nefer e a Elan, que são duas pessoas que trabalham com esse negócio de inteligência, caçar informações e tal, trabalharem juntos. E, pô, tá acontecendo.
How else could I have gotten us all to the negotiating table?
Não lembro onde foi que eu falei, em que situação eu falei isso, mas tá registrado em algum lugar. Então esse era o seu plano, né?
Forgive me for not cluing you in, Traveler. I had a feeling things could get complicated, so caution was vital. Rest assured, you will still be compensated as promised.
So, can someone explain what's going on here?
Yes. Might as well get it out in the open, ladies. You two were going to exchange intel sooner or later, correct? No better time than the present.
Recently, the bandits at our border have become more aggressive. We don't know how, but they seem to have gotten their hands on some kind of weapon, which has made them a lot more dangerous. The caravan transports have been helpless against their attacks.
We're facing a similar situation in Fontaine. Conflicts between gangs have been escalating, with civilians getting caught in the crossfire. Our investigation indicates that someone has been supplying the gangs with some unusually powerful weaponry. Even with the Spina's help, we've been struggling to curb the fighting.
In which case, I think we can confirm that we're facing arms dealers operating on an international scale.
Yes, and their cover has been ironclad. There hasn't been so much as a trace leading back to them, until their most recent operation.
Let me guess. Someone leaked where the weapons are coming from. And it pointed right to the NOD-KRAI Trade Expo.
Exactly.
I see. Well, weapons tend to be a hot commodity in a market with no restrictions. Say that the person you're searching for is in attendance. Does that mean you're prepared to ruin the expo to nab them?
I won't lie to you. Catching this person is my top priority.
How about this? In the spirit of being a good host, you give us a bit of leeway to do what's necessary. And in return, we won't do anything to undermine the expo.
All deals made at the expo are protected, including those that would be illegal elsewhere. It's the entire purpose of an event like this. The Voynich Guild gets a cut from both the seller and the buyer, so we have a duty to uphold that principle. I can't just let a customer get scooped up by the authorities while everyone watches.
You said this was a negotiation, but you don't seem prepared to compromise.
Let's think about this. Maybe there's another way?
Only deals made through the expo are protected, correct?
Oh?
Theoretically speaking, were any deals to take place outside of the expo's scope, I would have no right to interfere.
Então vamos atrair para fazer alguma coisa fora da exposição e aí sim pegar os safados.
Then we can promise that the rules will be followed.
I want insurance then. To hold you to your word, the Traveler must be part of all operations related to the investigation.
We have a deal.
Then you have my thanks in advance.
Looks like negotiations are a success!
It's the best outcome I could have asked for. I appreciate the help, Traveler.
Oh, que bom que não tá todo mundo de boa.
In that case, do me one more favor, would you? When this is all over, I want to hear the real story behind everything that goes down.
Tá. Por mim, tudo bem. E acabamos a primeira parte. Olha, foi papo de 50 minutos, até que eu curti. O ritmo da história foi bom. E se manter desse jeito, tem potencial para ser um ótimo evento. Mas então é isso, primeira parte concluída. Bora esperar a segunda lançar.
Wow! Can this launch blaster thing really shoot stuff from that far away?
It does launch and blast things, but it's actually called a ballista.
But how does it stay on target?
It uses a remote guidance system. But I'll let you in on a little secret. The upgraded version doesn't even need that.
Can I give it a try?
Oh, not a chance, kid. Can't have you hurting yourself. Believe me, this thing is even more powerful than it looks. Ask me again once you're older.
Hey, Beto! What you up to?
Oh, it's you two! I was just introducing our product to these discerning young customers.
Paimon thought you were here for some, you know, fishing? Wait, are these three?
What? No, of course not. The kids were just curious, that's all.
I'm sorry. Are these three preventing you from doing business? Let me get them out of your hair.
Oh, do we have to?
Don't sweat it. They were just curious. I'm happy to tell them more about it.
No, we've taken up enough of your time already. Neb, don't bother people when they're trying to work, okay?
Okay.
Eu tô com duas suspeitas de quem pode ser esse contrabandista, que é esse cara.
It was no bother, I swear.
Ou aquele primeiro que a gente viu lá no
Once
começo.
the expo is over, come find me on my ship, and I'll let you see the ballista in action. How does that sound?
How much would it cost?
Not a single mora.
Cara, a voz dessa criança é intancável.
Really?
Não dá não.
It's a promise then, miss.
Your vessel. It's a battleship, isn't it? Are you sure you should be bringing children on board?
Why not? Whenever we're docked back in Liyue to pick up supplies, I always let the kids around the harbor come aboard to play, and boy, do they love it. If a kid from Liyue can do it, why not a kid from Sumeru? A battleship may as well be a giant playground to them.
Is that so? I've heard that people in Liyue also turn gunpowder into explosive firecrackers and give them to children as toys. Perhaps only the kids back in your home country are lucky enough to look at a giant battleship.
If you're worried about safety, I can...
No, I suppose I'm just envious. That's all. I'll be sure to bring them over if we get the chance.
Seems like he really cares about those kids, huh? Anyway, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, just wanted to ask how it's going with the top secret...
Pesca confidencial.
Fishing. Did you reel in the catch of the day yet?
They're circling the hook just fine. Just waiting for a bite.
Rapaz, aparecendo assim
Where did you come from?
surpresinha, não faz isso não, hein?
Well, that just proves my point. Something like this would only see more use in Fontaine.
Ah, except you never find something like this for sale there. Better jump on the chance now before it's too late.
Excuse me?
He's coming this way!
Steady now.
That's mighty expensive.
Well, no one's forcing you to buy it. If you're not interested, you're free to move along.
Caraca.
What? Come on, there's no rule saying we can't haggle.
O Bedon não tá nem aí falando, não, você acha que tá achando caro, então cai fora, não
The
enche no
Voynich
saco.
Guild gets a cut of whatever I sell. Obviously, that's factored into the price. Don't like it? Take it up with them.
Listen, I can tell this is something special. If you're willing to go a bit lower, I'm prepared to cut a huge deal.
I know it's something special, so I plan on getting paid what it's worth.
Perhaps there's a way we can both get what we want then.
What are you implying?
Well, NOD-KRAI's a big place. Surely this expo isn't the only place we can cut a deal.
Oh?
What would you say to working this out someplace else? Somewhere the guild can't get a cut?
That means no guild protection either. What will I do if you run off without paying?
Considering the giant sword you've got handy, if anyone's getting robbed, it'd be me, don't you think? Point is, we're both going out on a limb here. But the reward's worth the risk.
Fine. Name a place. As a registered participant, though, I'm too close to the guild. If we don't want them catching on, I'll need to send a proxy.
Smart thinking. Let's meet here, then.
Já entrou em contato com já.
Good. He took the bait. Let's go elsewhere to discuss our next move.
Prisão por pistolas e seda. Então já vai rolar pouco de ação aqui nessa próxima etapa.
Captain Beto's hook was what got him in the end, huh? Oh, I didn't get a chance to show off how convincing I can be.
This isn't tabletop truth, Navia. In real life, persuasion takes a lot more than a dice roll.
I brought a product tailor-made for Fontaine because I thought the group's activities were limited to that area. Turns out, we're dealing with an international crime ring. So I suppose it makes sense that Captain Beto's bait was more enticing. It's a good thing we teamed up.
We wouldn't have gotten far without your intel either. Gotta ask though, how did you know these guys would be so quick to abandon the expo?
I read their file. Nothing's off the table for them when profit's on the line. When it comes down to it, they'd see the protection the expo provides as just more red tape. Something to work around rather than with. Just like the law.
So, we meet up with this guy, catch him, and problem solved, right?
No. The person we're meeting is just an underling sent to scout the situation. We're after the leader of the whole ring. And after observing the situation over the past 2 days, it's clear they have undercover agents waiting in the wings. If something happens to our point of contact, those agents will scatter to spread word of what happened. And whoever is behind this whole thing will know we're onto them.
E aí vão cair fora. Da primeira oportunidade de...
We have to get the jump on them all at once. And use them to get intel on our real target before he has a chance to react.
Forgive me for pointing out the obvious, though. We have nowhere near enough personnel for that. If even one of the agents escapes, it's over.
Let me guess. You'd rather follow this deal through to the end to lure out the real culprit? Nice idea, in theory. The problem is, in my experience, that person would never show their face for something like this.
I can work around that. But only as long as the deal goes ahead.
So, you're planning to trail the person picking up the goods. I suppose that could lead us to the big fish, but that would mean we have to actually hand over the weapon. Aren't you worried about putting something that dangerous in the hands of criminals?
We can control how dangerous it is. But if we followed your plan, could we really guarantee that not a single agent would get away?
You're telling me you really have a way to mitigate the threat of that weapon?
You're telling me that you really have the wherewithal to carry out a large-scale search and seizure operation in NOD-KRAI?
As duas estão numa tensão aí agora.
Having a fight?
They're both experts in this sort of thing. A lot of back and forth is to be expected.
Don't worry. I think they're getting along great.
Ah, claro, tô se dando super bem, sim.
A successful collaboration requires trust. And a willingness to make concessions. So how about this? I'll meet up with the underling as planned and stall him as long as possible. While I'm keeping him busy, you round up the rest of the agents. Sound like a plan?
Yes, I appreciate the trust. And I promise you, not a single one will get away.
See? Like 2 peas in a pod.
Traveler, you should come with me to meet the buyer. After all, we promised Nefer you would be involved in all our operations.
The Traveler is kind of a famous face around these parts, though.
Then, you can serve as backup. Remain hidden, and on the off chance he tries anything, it'll be 2 against 1.
Beleza.
Ha! Let's do this thing!
Achei que ela ia meter um carro e falou, não, usa uma máscara. Aí, usa aquela máscara dos Fatui, igual eu já usei no passado. Só a cabeça da Paimon. Shio, fica quieta.
You really can't go lower?
Best I can do is shave off the amount the guild was going to take.
You're a tough nut to crack. How do you plan to deliver the goods?
Depends on what you need. You don't look like you're from around these parts. So I'm guessing you need sea transport?
Yes, but there are a lot of eyes on the port. It would be better to dismantle the product and transport the components in crates.
That might be tricky. If you're worried about getting caught, then let's bypass the port entirely. We can launch from a secluded shoreline and use our own boat for transport.
Sorry. But I'd still prefer to have it dismantled and stored in regular crates.
Ah, I'm guessing the port of arrival is where you resell the goods? You want it hidden in unassuming cargo crates, because you operate right out in the open. Most of the weapons have come in through Yilong Wharf or Lumiduce Harbor, so that seems to check out.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Just connecting some dots. I think we're done here.
Vamos lá. Toma porradão bem no meio da cabeça. Ali, ó.
Out of the way!
It's one of the undercover agents! He's making a break for it!
The captain of the special patrol will take it from here.
Ah, então beleza. Se ela tá na contenção também, então deixa esse Zemané pra lá e vamos levar esse otário aí. Pegamos um, pelo menos.
Popped up. Looks like the one on the surface has been subdued. There are children around. I have to avoid bloodshed.
Trying to escape? Allow me to show you the way!
Dá um tiro bem no meio da testa dele. Opa. Destrua objetos ao longo da estrada. Ok.
Nope, not this way.
Ah, ok. Ele andando com a cabeça toda baixa.
Then turn around.
Meu Deus do céu, Bag.
Vamos, filho, vambora.
Out of steam yet? Cause I can do this all day.
Mas ó, da hora a interação aí com a nossa querida amiga Chevrolet.
My leg
is still attached. And if you want to keep it that way, I suggest you stay right where you are.
A special patrol uniform. You think bringing me in is enough? Do you even know how many of us there are? If even one gets a...
5 at the port, 10 on the outskirts of Nasha Town, 3 near the plaza. Factoring in you and the buyer, that makes 20. Save the best for last, right?
How did you... Don't even think about it.
Nossa, foi fácil assim? Achei que ia demorar um pouco mais pra pegar essa galera toda.
Well done, everyone. We appreciate the assist. The boss sends her thanks.
Opa! Aí a chefe da quadrilha.
It was an honor. Without the Spina's help back in the day, we never would have been able to make it in NOD-KRAI. It was about time we returned the favor.
Ah, é uma filial?
What? I needed to make you seem intimidating to get these local gangs on our side. We've been over this.
Yeah, I know. But hearing you call me boss will never not be hilarious. Wow! Navia is something else!
Well, that explains your confidence. I had no idea the Spina di Rosula could mobilize these kinds of numbers outside of Fontaine. This Navia has quite a few tricks up her sleeve.
No trade expo rules were broken either. Even if Nefer saw it all unfold herself, we still wouldn't need to explain a thing.
Except for the guild's broken signboard, I would imagine.
A placa é BO.
It was an unavoidable sacrifice.
At any rate, I suppose the next step is to get these birds to sing. Should be an easy job. The Maison Gardiennage has a reputation for highly effective interrogation tactics.
And if that doesn't work, I've heard that spies from Liyue have their ways of making people talk as well.
Tortura em dobro, vambora.
That means the operation was a success, right?
So far. Once we get someone to reveal who the mastermind behind all this is, that's when the real work begins.
I'm sure that person is in hiding somewhere far removed from the expo. But as far as our deal with the curatorium goes, I think that's a wrap.
Shouldn't we update Nefer then?
First, we need to figure out what we can learn from these agents. We'll be in touch once we have the information. Then we can head to the curatorium together.
Beleza. Com a ajuda da nave, Yelan e Chevrolet, eles escotam os malucos pra longe.
That went a lot smoother than expected. Not a single one got away.
A história real por trás de tudo.
You're thinking about Nefer's final request, huh? Let's see. We have 2 expert detectives from separate nations teaming up to uncover an international crime ring. That's not a bad story. If you feel like it's missing something, maybe Yelan and Chevrolet will uncover something more interesting during their interrogation.
Excuse me? Are you the traveler? JAHODA needs you back at the expo venue as soon as possible.
Claro.
Oh no! Did something happen?
I'm sorry, I don't know the details. All she said was that it's urgent.
Then let's get a move on!
Beleza. Lá vem o... Tava fácil demais pra ser verdade, né, essa situação.
Either I throw the guild under the bus, or I get on the bad side of a terrifying merc captain. Oh, could this get any worse? Get it together, JAHODA. Focus on the hot dog you're gonna treat yourself to after today is over. One thing at a time. All right. You've got this.
Let's try not to get too worked up, all right?
Don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Tá desesperada.
What happened? You're here. Please, you've got to help me, traveler. A theft at the expo is gonna ruin the guild's reputation.
A theft? How did that happen?
You're asking me. The guild has people keeping watch over the storage area for this exact reason. And it just had to happen to one of the scariest people here.
Beto? Wait, that means...
Roubaram
The guild asked us
balista?
to keep our goods stored on the designated shelves. I had a few prototypes that I was using for demonstration, which I had stored there. But when I came to check on things just now, I noticed that all of them had been stolen.
And each ballista is super dangerous. If they fall into the wrong hands...
A cabeça da Dora ali no balcão.
Well, all the prototypes have a failsafe designed to prevent unauthorized use, so it could be worse. Still, we should get them back as soon as possible.
The guild will make sure of that. If you could just keep this between us for now, we would be super appreciative. Do we have to tell her?
Honesty is the best policy. That's what he taught us.
I know, it's just...
Como assim? Vai falar... As crianças vão falar que foi aquele maluco que roubou, né?
Yahoda! What are you three doing here?
There's something you want to tell me, isn't there?
Well, Neb's been obsessed with the ballistas ever since we got here. That's why Uncle Ashvapati told us to come see your booth. It seemed like he was interested in them too, because he even told us what parameters to ask about. Ever since this morning, we haven't been able to reach him.
Que esse maluco tinha alguma coisa estranha nele.
We wanted to ask Miss Yahoda for help, but then we heard about the ballistas being stolen.
And?
I don't think Uncle Ashvapati would do something like that, but...
Ashvapati works for the guild. He has access to the storage warehouse, so he could get inside without the guards getting suspicious. Wait, so now it's an inside job? Oh, jeez. The guild is never gonna recover from this.
He made those toys the kids were selling, right? They don't look like much on the outside, but I bet they're hiding some serious tech. If he's a tech guy, those fail-safes I mentioned might not have our backs after all.
So, this just went from bad to worse.
É, a pergunta é, ele tá agindo sozinho ou será que tá com a organização criminosa?
I mean, let's put it this way. There aren't a whole lot of people that could manage to stay off Yelan's radar. Why don't you take these kids to the curatorium and see what you can learn? I've got things covered here.
Got it! Hold up. We can't hold these kids responsible, though. Right?
No, of course not, but... how do we explain this?
You want to look out for these kids, don't you?
I promised I would. Besides, they're innocent in all this.
Good, because I'm looking out for them too. That's why I want to find their uncle as soon as possible. No matter what he did or didn't do, it's worse for them if he's missing.
I guess we're on the same page then.
Take these kids to the curatorium. I'll update Yelan and tell her to meet you there.
Will do!
Tá todo mundo trocando informações.
Well, this complicates things. Here I was hoping the trouble would start and end with you two. But no matter. This will all make for a very engaging story.
I wouldn't be so flippant. This time, it's one of yours causing trouble. I'm starting to wonder if all those agents we captured were just a distraction, so the real culprit could make their move.
It's all still up in the air right now. What can you three tell us about Ashvapati?
Uncle Ashvapati isn't our real uncle, but he is our guardian. He adopted us when we were little. He told us we all came from the same band of eremites in the desert. But apparently, we're the only ones left. We've been traveling from place to place with him for as long as I can remember. We got to NOD-KRAI not too long ago.
Their eyes.
What about them?
I'm just reminded of something. About a decade ago, there was a band of eremites who, seemingly out of nowhere, gained technological capabilities far surpassing those of other groups. Leveraging that advantage, they built a number of highly advanced weapons and sold them to the highest bidder. The conflicts in the desert became even bloodier as a result. While the other groups were tearing each other to shreds, these newly minted arms traders stood by and reaped the spoils. But before long, their own weapons were turned against them. And as the flames of conflict engulfed the desert, the group met their end. None of the weapons survived. And so, in the wake of that destruction, the status quo of the desert was restored.
Mas se isso foi uma situação, tipo, tão... meio desesperadora no deserto, por que a gente só tá sabendo disso agora, ué?
That's terrible.
In the desert,
Quebrando um pouco a imersão,
it's
né?
kill or be killed. People will stop at nothing to gain the upper hand. If this happened in Fontaine or Liyue, I'm sure the perpetrators would have been prosecuted to the full extent of the law. But in the desert, no one bats an eye. From what they've told us, sounds like these kids are orphans from that particular band of eremites.
Which means their guardian is likely one of the few survivors as well.
Então, estão de volta ao comércio de armas.
Sounds like it.
No! Uncle Ashvapati would never do something like that. No matter what happened back then, I know one thing for sure. Uncle Ashvapati hates weapons. Sure, he's good at building things, but all he does is make toys for us to play with. He can't be the kind of person you're making him out to be. Or...
Ou ele é a mente brilhante por trás de todo esse contrabando, ou ele tá sendo usado também.
I'm sorry.
São duas possibilidades.
All we can do is act upon the facts.
So, what's our next move?
From our interrogations, we've learned that in 2 days, the person behind all this has a meeting planned to collect the goods. If all goes well, we can head to the pickup point and ambush them. But if Ashvapati is part of this and the leader learns what happened, there's no chance he risks himself for his agents. So, that meeting might as well be moot.
Then let's focus our efforts on Ashvapati for now. If we find him, he might just lead us to our culprit. If he stole the prototypes, there's bound to be a trail. I'm confident I can track him down. I just need some time.
What can I do to help?
I work best in the shadows. The more people involved, the harder it is to operate. As soon as I've got a location, though, he's all yours. You let me handle the search, and I'll let the special patrol handle the seizure.
That does sound like the most feasible plan. I'll be waiting for the good news.
Seizure?
Hey, don't worry too much right now. The most important thing is that we find your uncle. The rest can wait.
Okay.
Apreensão no pior dos casos, né?
Looks like I'll need to enlist your services for a bit longer, traveler.
Desde que você me pague, tá ótimo. Ajudo sim. E tá lá, mais uma etapa concluída. E olha, essa parte aqui foi menos de meia hora. Por enquanto ainda tá... A história parece interessante, mas esse negócio do... Cara, quando apresentou aquele maluco lá com aquelas crianças, eu fiquei pensando, pô... Esse maluco vender brinquedos com tecnologia que parece coisa de arma, tá meio estranho. Tá estranho, mas eu vou deixar de lado por enquanto. Ou aquele maluco lá no começo que ele falou, não, vocês vão se ver por isso, ou alguma coisa do tipo. A minha suspeita por enquanto ainda tá nesses dois, que é o maluco lá do... literalmente do começo, ou esse o tio dessas crianças. Mas vamos ver, né?
Took me a bit longer than I expected, but I found where he's hiding.
Let me just be sure of one thing. We're dealing with someone who has extremely dangerous weaponry in his hands. If it comes to it, are you prepared to handle the worst-case scenario?
Absolutely. You just need to trust us, just like we trusted you earlier.
Yeah, we've got this. My crew's already locked and loaded.
I'll take you at your word.
I know you said you wanted to keep this operation small, but I still thought you could use some backup. So, I chose a few promising young Spina members to help out. Clarand and I have got things covered at the expo.
Yes, we're ready to roll then.
Now that you're here, I guess we can get this show on the road.
Bora.
Wait!
I'm sorry, you can't come with us. You need to stay at the expo like we agreed. It's for your own safety.
We know. It's just... Do you really think Uncle Ashvapati is working for the bad guys?
I wish I could answer that question, but it would just be speculation. And I work based off evidence.
He's been gone for 2 days now, and he just left us here. He's never done that before. Maybe he really is working for those people and was afraid of getting caught. But if that's true, then that means he must have been involved in making and selling weapons in the past too. Wouldn't that make him a bad person?
That's not for us to say. Take a look around the expo. There are plenty of other people making and selling weapons. Doesn't mean they're necessarily all bad people.
Really?
The same is true for your uncle. Whatever he may have done in the past, the real question we need to ask is why. There's a lot we need to know before we can judge a person. In Fontaine, we have a long and complicated process in place just to make sure we get the right answer to that question.
Yeah. Why would Uncle Ashvapati do something like that?
How about this? I'll make sure that Miss Chevras and Miss Yelan promise to bring your uncle back safe and sound. Then you can ask him yourselves.
Thanks, miss.
Mano, eu já falei isso umas 2 vezes, mas não dá, mano. Essa criança aí é bizarro.
This situation is complicated and unpredictable. Isn't it a bit early to be making those kinds of promises?
It's all right. We're prepared for whatever we might face.
Regardless, it's a promise we have to keep. After all, when the children get their answer, it will shape their understanding of what justice means.
Assim, agora que eu reparei também, né? Mas é um evento só com personagem mulher. Assim que é bom, né?
Aprovado.
This ends as well as it possibly can.
Então vamos lá, o brinquedo para as crianças. Agora vamos acabar com a história. Vamos lá, cadê o tio safado?
We missed him.
Looks like he left behind plenty of evidence, though. Search the area. Let's see if we can find a lead.
Aqui a arma.
It's the display model that goes with the prototype. Guess that does make him our thief.
What's worse is that, with his technical background, I bet he managed to bypass the security features on the prototype.
You're saying our guy has a battle-ready ballista in his possession, just waiting to be unleashed?
Oh, this isn't looking good.
Something isn't adding up. All the evidence suggests that he was here alone. Which begs the question, why would he unlock the ballista's features before even meeting up with his boss?
That's a question for another time. We need to focus on where he's going next.
Boss. Essa aí que vem o pulo do gato.
Hey, there's a letter here.
Look at how it's positioned. It was begging to be found. I think it might be for us.
You think he knew we would come here?
If he did, he's a more impressive opponent than I anticipated.
Let's keep going. We can read it together when we debrief. These records look suspiciously familiar.
Yeah. Doesn't seem very coincidental to me either.
What is it?
Remember when I said this group's cover was ironclad? They were always careful never to leave a trail leading back to them. The one time they slipped up, it broke the case wide open. We found a cargo manifest left behind at the scene. That's the clue that led us to NOD-KRAI.
It was a similar story on our end.
And now that same manifest shows up here, among the records left behind by Ashvapati.
So, he's the guy that slipped up back then?
Unless it wasn't a slip-up at all. How does the same clue get left behind at two separate scenes and picked up by two separate law enforcement agencies? Thinking back on it now, it doesn't seem quite so accidental after all.
É isso que está me dizendo?
No. Almost like he led us here on purpose. But for what reason?
This situation seems more complicated than we imagined. It looks like Ashvapati does have a connection to our criminal gang, but it might not be what we thought at first.
You don't think he's working for them?
Unlikely. He lured us to NOD-KRAI, prepared those weapons on his own, deliberately put us on his trail. This is looking more and more like the work of an independent actor.
Well, if we want to get to the bottom of this, he's still our best lead.
Vamos ler a carta.
That would seem to be our last remaining clue. Let's do it.
To the officers of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol and the Liyue Qixing. You certainly live up to your reputation. Within a single day, you were able to eliminate over half of the gang's forces. I appreciate the effort. I doubt my secret hiding spot will be a secret much longer. So I suppose it's my turn to throw my hat in the ring. I'm just glad I no longer have to run. So, before my day in court is upon me, allow me to confess to my crimes. It all started with a Kashara researcher, expelled from the academia for violating a taboo. He had dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge. But when he found himself in the desert, it wasn't even worth a pail of water to quench his thirst.
É a história dele mesmo, eu ia perguntar isso agora.
Could you spare some water? I'm a Kashara researcher. If you need something, I could.
Researchers like you are a dime a dozen. Smart as a whip until you find yourself in the desert. Then, you're lucky to survive the night.
Are you mocking me?
No, son. Just still trying to figure out why I've got such a soft spot for strays like you. Here, give me your canteen. You got somewhere to go?
Not really. Thanks to this water, though. At least I can rule out the bottom of a vulture's stomach.
Now you're talking like desert folk. You could always join my band of misfits.
What would I do?
Gather food, guard our water source, just like everyone else I've taken in. Of course, if you have something you're good at, you're welcome to show it off. Every little bit helps.
All I know is weapons.
Weapons?
Yeah. I love studying them. Big and powerful ones, small and deadly ones, old ones, new ones.
Então a produção de armas no deserto começou por causa dele.
I believe the essence of Ksharawar research is embodied in weaponry, and the pursuit of this kind of technology is what pushes the world forward. My lifelong goal has always been to become a foremost expert on all kinds of weapons, so I can invent even more advanced ones. So I might have borrowed a few sensitive techs without permission, but you see the vision, right? The higher-ups in the academia just didn't understand.
The academia could have 1,001 reasons for exiling you out here, and it still wouldn't matter to me, son. All I care about is what this specialty of yours can do for us.
I can help upgrade your weaponry. That should come in handy in a dangerous place like the desert, surely.
True, weapons are essential to life here in the desert. Most folks get them when merchants happen to pass through. But when it comes to protecting the people here, this scimitar in my hand is more than enough. The kind of weapons you're talking about are overkill for a place like this.
Overkill? Really?
Our group is lucky. Our ancestors learned how to protect the oasis from the sandstorms to prevent it from drying up. Plus, we're pretty far off the beaten path. Helps us avoid conflict with other bands of Eremites. All in all, we don't have to travel to find water, we don't have to fight off other desert folk. It's a real place to call home. There are plenty of ways to die in the desert, but behind a lot of them lies too much ambition. So, having somewhere to settle down is more than enough for me.
I see. Guess I could do some odd jobs then.
I've heard you Ksharawar scholars are handy with all kinds of gadgets. You could always make something for the kids.
You mean, like, toys?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind. It'll give them something to do. Life can get boring out here.
All right, then. And just like that, a Ksharawar scholar at the cutting edge of his field ended up in the desert, making toys for children. It got boring from time to time, but all in all, those days were quite pleasant. The Eremites accepted me as one of their own, and all the children loved me.
Tá, mas cadê a pegadinha?
Looking back now, I wish I could have lived like that until the end of my days. But then, those despicable people showed up, and it changed everything. Don't rush me. These materials are in short supply.
Oh, they've got a lot of nerve showing their faces back here.
Send the gem? It has been a while.
Well, we have a right to this oasis too. Our ancestors were part of the group that discovered it.
You hated this place. After that giant sandstorm when everyone else was trying to figure out how to help, you got out of Dodge the first chance you could get.
Because I knew better than to be stubborn. Stay in one place too long around here, and it might just be your grave.
You abandoned this place. If we'd done the same, the oasis wouldn't even exist anymore. You gave up your right to be here a long time ago.
I heard they joined another band of Eremites after leaving us, but got kicked out. I bet they're only crawling back to us now because they've got nowhere else to go.
Chief, should we drive him off?
I'd like to see you try. I'm warning you. You won't get rid of us that easily.
Leave them be. This oasis has always been big enough to sustain more than one group of people. It's not worth spilling blood over. All that matters is keeping the people here safe.
At the time, I didn't think much of it. Just Chaim Wazet being the kind-hearted man he always had been. And so, normal life continued. Much unchanged. Well, mostly. You can take the scholar out of the academia, but putting your life's work behind you is easier said than done. I often found myself flipping through my collection of blueprints and sketches. The ruin drakes scattered around Sumeru were of particular interest to me. As far as I knew, no one had been able to analyze or reproduce the technology within those mechanisms. But I was able to design a kind of lure to bait them into attacking a specific target, in effect, turning them into a weapon. Somehow, the new arrivals at the Oasis must have caught wind of it, because they soon started taking an interest in me.
Hope you don't mind me asking, but is that a weapon you're researching?
I do mind, actually. It's none of your business.
Na verdade, eu me importo sim. Vai se ferrar.
Is, you used to be a researcher at the academia. All that knowledge going to waste out here in the sticks.
Vai cuidar da sua vida.
What a shame.
What do you want?
I want to team up. The rules and red tape that got you kicked out of the academia, they don't exist in the desert. You could take this research to the next level. As things stand, all you've got is a blueprint and a pipe dream. But what if you had access to the right funds and materials?
What are you suggesting?
Me and my men can get you what you need. In return, all you gotta do is bring this sketch to life. We've always had a good eye for business. Just never the right product. But this thing right here, the different bands of Eremites are gonna shell out Mora left and right to get their hands on it.
You want to sell it?
It's a win-win. You provide the goods, and I earn enough Mora from these people to fund the research of your dreams.
I don't know.
I understand what you're worried about, but listen, it won't come back to bite the people here. These people don't think bigger than this place. They don't get involved in conflict. I mean, come on. Their biggest enemy is the weather.
You've made a bad name for yourself around here. I don't want any part in this.
Well, it's your choice. But it could be the last meaningful choice you ever get in life. So I'll ask you again. Do you want to finally develop the weapons you've been dreaming of and realize your academic ambitions? Or do you want to stay here building toys for kids?
How I wish I'd made the right choice back then.
Então ele aceitou a proposta.
Yeah, we increased our prices. What about it? You gonna back out?
So, you're really as money hungry as they all say, huh?
Cash is king. That's just business.
Fine.
I'm done. I want out.
What are you talking about? We're making bank here.
I know what the weapons have been used for, and I refuse to be an accomplice to all this any longer.
An accomplice? Listen, that's got nothing to do with us. People would be at each other's throats with or without our weapons. So they die to a machine instead of a scimitar. What difference does it make?
Can't you sell more than just weapons? Surely this can't be all the Eremites are interested in buying.
If you want to make the big Mora, you gotta push what sells. That's just how it is.
And that right there is why I want out.
Fine. I've made more than enough to leave this dump in the dust anyway. If you want out so bad, have it your way.
What was that? No. Kaem was it? How did this happen?
You won't find a tribe in this desert without enemies. People have tried to steal water from this oasis in the past, but Kaem Wazet drove them off. Guess his enemies have been holding a grudge this whole time.
You sold weapons to his enemies. But he took you in when you had nowhere to turn. You owe him your life. Why would you do this?
It was the perfect excuse to drive up the price, that's why.
It was only later that I found out. This wasn't the first time Senejem and his men had turned around and stabbed their allies in the back. Let's just say there was a good reason. They had nowhere else to turn back then. I didn't chase after them or try to hold them accountable. In that moment, all I could think about was saving as many people as I could. But once the weapons I designed were turned against us, the fate of this place was sealed. Even in the end, despite all the burning tents I rushed into, I was only able to save 3 children. And now, you know the full account of my crimes. I've been raising them ever since, while attempting to hunt down the men who made them orphans in the first place.
Assim, genuinamente, tô achando essa história legal, né? Esse background aí do cara que era um estudioso de armas, que acabou indo pro deserto, e no deserto tomou umas escolhas erradas, como qualquer outro faria, ou não, né, às vezes, e vendeu armas e tal, mas, pô, se for um negócio que virou o deserto do avesso, eu acho que podia ter pelo menos mencionado isso no passado, né? Mas, enfim, eu tô quebrando a imersão do bagulho à toa. Tô dizendo que... Mas o que eu quero dizer é que é uma boa história.
I hope you'll pass it along to them. I know I'm in no position to make requests.
Mas, tipo, ele fez coisas erradas, mas ele não é o vilão da história. Eu acho que é isso que dá pra dizer, né?
Above all else, they deserve a true family. Back then, I failed to see this through to the end. But I won't make that mistake again.
Jeez, if this is true...
He's after the same target as us. And he's out for revenge.
He even lured us to NOD-KRAI to help him get it.
I think I know what he's planning to do with those ballistas now. If I'm right, this doesn't bode well.
Then we need to find him ASAP! It sounds like he's about to do something super dangerous. But we promised the kids we'd bring him back safe.
I can't just let him get rid of our target either. This crime ring runs deep. There are still many other conspirators we need to track down.
Então onde a gente procura ele?
Oh?
You got something?
He knew we'd be out of the picture investigating this place. I think he decided to spring the trap that we set up.
Então ele vai fazer uma emboscada no alvo quando vier pegar as mercadorias?
Oh, snap. He's not working for them. So our original plan could have worked all along.
The meeting will be happening any time now. Quick, we need to head to the rendezvous point.
Aí, ó.
Ashvapati. It's been a while, Senegem. Over a decade at least.
How did you find this place?
All these years. And the signal you use for the meetup point still hasn't changed. All I had to do was pose as your point of contact and fish a time and date out of that scout you sent.
Useless bunch of idiots. Just wait until my backup gets here.
Oh, I think that might take a while. The Fontaine and Liyue authorities have your men locked down tight. Every last...
No. There's no way the cops could have known we'd be here.
É impossível que os tiras são...
Unless, of course, someone deliberately left a trail of clues, leading them straight to the expo.
Tiras.
That would be a different story, now wouldn't it? If they hadn't taken your agents out of the equation, I doubt I would have been able to lure you here.
So now what? You gonna turn me in, too?
No. The authorities can have your men. But you're mine.
Is that for TUI tech? Looks like your skills are as good as ever.
Hello?
Listen, I know you're mad that I've been racking up Mora without you all these years, but it looks like you still got it. If you want back in, we can work something out.
After everything that happened, what makes you think I would want back in?
Because what's the alternative? After Kayemwazet took you in, you really convinced yourself you were one of them, huh? What you should have learned is that banking on loyalty and belonging is a losing hand. Better to cash out before you're in the hole. In the desert, my people live by one rule and one rule alone. The last laugh doesn't go to the righteous. It belongs to the one who knows how to cut their losses. Just look at me. When there's more to be earned in the desert, I'm a desert folk. When the opportunities in Fontaine are sweeter, I'm a Fontanian.
You think everyone is as much of a lowlife as you?
A lowlife? There's nothing Mora can't buy, Ashvapati. That includes prestige. You're talking to a renowned Fontanian philanthropist who lives in the Vasari Passage and spends his days going from one grand banquet to the next. Nobody who counts would dare call me a lowlife.
Are you done?
Clearly there's no reasoning with you. Fine. Have it your way. But if you want me dead so bad, why'd you come to face me alone? That wasn't the wisest decision now, was it?
Oh, don't you worry. I brought plenty of firepower with me. You could have brought a whole army for all I care.
Eita. Ah, as balistas lá, né? Caramba, maluco.
Are you crazy? If that thing fires, you're not getting out of here alive either.
O cara tá com sede de vingança muito forte
Yes,
mesmo.
that's the plan. It's high time both of us paid the price for our sins.
He's lost his mind. Get him! Start breaking his bones until he removes this barrier.
Hold it right there, all of you. Otherwise, I've got enough firepower to go around, too.
The Maison Gardiennage.
You got here sooner than I expected.
Olha lá os tiros vindo lá do céu.
What's that in the sky? Looks like bad news.
É cometa.
Ashvapati, you have my word that these people will face the judgment of the Fontaine courts. Remove the barrier and come with us at once.
Fontanian justice is too merciful for them. You should leave us.
Stubborn fool.
Ah, as crianças lá estão preocupadas com você.
I don't deserve them. I have to atone for the things I've done.
What is it you feel you need to atone for? Weapons research?
You're from Liyue, right? Your ancestors were the first people to master the recipe for gunpowder. And yet, they turned it into fireworks and firecrackers that even children could play with. Surely, it's choices like that which make Liyue what it is today. I hear that it's a very peaceful place to live for the most part. But me? I chose to use my research skills to create weapons of war that brought death to countless people and destroyed the only home those kids had.
Sounds like you don't know as much as you think about fireworks. They might be harmless fun in this day and age, but they started out as weapons too, you know.
What?
That's right. Fireworks and firecrackers were originally developed for use as weapons. They needed something a little more powerful than usual for purging evil forces and scaring off wild beasts. Over time, evil spirits learned to fear the sight of flames, and the beasts retreated into the mountains. That's when people started repurposing fireworks for entertainment purpose. The peace we enjoy today isn't because we chose to make toys instead of weapons. The weapons are what secured us the peace in the first place. Only then did we have the luxury of choosing to turn them into toys instead. It's people, not weapons, that commit acts of evil. And when people are as bent on destruction as the evil forces and beasts faced by our forebears, whatever tools they have at their disposal end up as weapons.
Assim, muito bacana esse papo de... São as pessoas que escolhem se vão usar essas armas pro bem ou pro mal, mas... E aqueles dois cometas lá no céu? Quando ele tá vindo em slow motion, vai ficar dialogando até quando? Aí, ó.
Please.
E esse negócio tá vindo lá de Nazuma até NOD-KRAI?
Relax. Now that we have these guys in custody, I think we can find a way of repurposing these ballistas for the children's amusement.
Ih, o maluco de novo aí, ó.
I knew they were looking for trouble, but they messed with the wrong manager.
Vai só ignorar o cara, beleza. Ah, vai dar um tiro de balista lá no tiro que tá no céu. Interessante. Se for essa a ideia. Tiro desse não devia ser rápido? O que que esse... Ah, tá desafiando toda a lógica do bagulho.
Captain, we're in position.
Prepare to intercept! On my signal! Fire!
So.
Legal, legal. Assim, esse negócio dos disparos violentos e tal, tirar um navio lá que tava atracado ali, dá tempo dele dar toda essa volta pra tirar os tiros de volta. Não faz o menor sentido, mas achei legal.
Recording mode on. Has this always been part of the show?
A cara dela. É bonito a ideia da missão, da história e tudo mais. Gostei bastante.
I never imagined the Guizhong ballista could be used for something so beautiful.
Eu também não pensei nisso.
If you'll agree to come with us and answer some questions, it would be a big help to our investigation.
Of course. You'll have my full cooperation. I know I'm guilty. Just not sure of the precise crime at this point.
Honestly, me neither. I'm sure a case like yours would have Fontaine's top legal experts scratching their heads. As for these arms dealers, though, I can confidently say that none of them will be getting away with this. So at least you can take some solace in that. I know. There's no sentence the court can give them that will satisfy you. But at least the trial will be a public declaration of their crimes and the punishment they will receive. The victims deserve that much, considering the alternative was them dying in obscurity to a revenge killing with no one left behind to tell the story. This looks more like real justice to me.
I guess you're right.
É, até faz sentido. Então acabou assim mesmo? Ah não, se bem que tem mais uma parte da história, né? Tá, voltamos e...
Great! Everyone's in one place!
Pior que assim, faz... olhando pra esse lado do que a Chevrolet ali falou... Pô, ele tem envolvimento com essa fabricação de armas, mas foi assim... Ele basicamente foi enganado e ludibriado, né? Não dá pra... Será que ele seria condenado junto por causa disso? Porque ele nunca fez parte de toda a operação.
Now that we are on the other side of this incident, I suggest we put any remaining questions to rest here and now. The Voynich Guild won't be responsible for any disputes remaining after this meeting.
Understood. Well, there's been no serious harm to me or any of my compatriots. And with the arms dealing operation closed down, I've achieved my strategic objective. I'm happy to let the Fontaine authorities process the culprits from here on.
I appreciate your flexibility. I'll need all of them in my custody to proceed with the case files. As for you, given your association with the Voynich Guild, I suspect the boss of the Curatorium might raise some objections if I insisted on bringing you into custody as well.
Then what do you propose, Miss Chevreuse?
While pursuing one of the suspects in this case, it was unfortunately necessary for me to destroy a certain signboard in Nasha Town.
Is that an official confession, officer?
What I'm suggesting is that I don't file charges against Ashvapati. He stays here, and in return, you don't seek damages for the signboard. Sound fair?
Deal.
Okay.
That went surprisingly smoothly. Paimon figured it was gonna be a whole ordeal.
Uncle Ashvapati, we...
They told us the whole story. Everything you've done. Even so, we still want you as our uncle.
But
If you'd been less trusting of the promises these men made to you back then, and left some weapons for your own people to defend themselves with, maybe things would have turned out differently. The way I see it, your crime wasn't the weapons research itself. It was failing to use that knowledge sensibly, to protect the ones you cared about.
Justamente isso, não foi... Ele trabalhar com coisas de armas e tal, beleza. Agora, o errado foi o que ele fez por causa disso.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Sei lá, vamos fazer uma associação. Eu ser programador e trabalhar com o IA. IA hoje em dia tá roubando emprego de um monte de gente, fazendo um monte de coisa duvidosa de um lado pro outro, mas se usada do jeito correto, né?
Well then,
Será que dá
what are you
pra...
waiting for?
Não sei se foi uma associação muito boa, mas espero que vocês
A chance
entenderam.
to atone for real is staring you right in the face.
Children, from now on, I will protect you with my life.
Traveler, Yelan, on behalf of the Fontaine authorities, it has been a pleasure working with you both. I wish you all the best.
A gente se vê numa próxima aí, se
I
tiver
have
oportunidade.
plenty of other business to attend to, so it's probably about time
Eu
I
gostei
got
como
going as well.
a Yelan
See ya.
veio com a skin dela.
Looks
Essa skin
like
dela é tão
you're a
legal.
free man.
I guess, but even if they won't arrest me, I still have a lot to answer for. I joined the Voynich Guild with my own agenda and nearly ruined their reputation. Are you really gonna let me get away with that?
After you joined us, it didn't take me long to find out that you'd lied about nearly everything. Everything except your desert origins. That I actually consider the desert my home too. So I was interested to learn who the real Ashvapati was. Thanks to the Traveler, I now know the full story. And my, what a story it is. Granted, the final chapter caused us a fair amount of trouble. But hey, sometimes that's the price you pay for a good ending.
Are you serious?
I mean, obviously I can't let you stay in the guild. Not after all the rules you broke.
I completely understand.
I'd recommend that you take these kids back to the desert.
Why?
The desert has been plagued by seemingly endless conflict since as far back as I can remember. But your story offers a glimpse of a different way of life. Maybe there really is hope for peace in the desert. The Sumeru of today is a different world than what it once was. With Lesser Lord Kusanali at the helm, who knows where the possibilities end? Maybe you could rebuild the home these kids once knew.
De jardim.
I'm flattered, really. But that was a lifetime ago. I'm sure the sandstorms will have buried any last trace of that oasis by now. Sure. We could put up a few tents and call it a settlement. But what then? It would be a brutally harsh existence. There's no way around it.
Where there's Mora, there's always a way. Hello, my dear customer. Why don't you discuss your needs with me? If you can dream it, you can buy it.
So Mora is the answer, huh? All right. Say I wanted to buy a hometown for these children. You telling me I can buy that from you?
Don't take her so literally. She's just doing her sales pitch. Sure can. Huh? Ta-da! I present to you one magical gemstone created by none other than the renowned mage Alice herself. Simply plant it in the ground and a spring will instantly start growing. Before long, you'll have yourself a fully fledged oasis. And the best part is, it's designed to work flawlessly, even in the most arid and sandiest of deserts.
Interessante.
What the?
Huh. Looks genuine to me.
Goodness. They always say you can find everything at the NOD-KRAI Trade Expo. Turns out it's more than just marketing hyperbole. Still, surely a treasure like this must cost the
Quer ver que ela
world.
vai dar de graça?
Actually, this could be your lucky day. The mage who tasked me with selling this insisted on setting the price herself, and she priced it as whatever keeps the kids happy. Needless to say, I could have found far more lucrative options. But alas, none of them would be worth breaking a promise to a mage over.
Whatever keeps the kids happy? So what is that in Mora?
Good question. I got it! How about I charge you whatever you three kids earned at the expo? Then you can say you bought back your hometown through nothing but your own hard work. I think that would keep the kids very happy indeed. Wouldn't you agree?
Deal!
Engraçado esse negócio aí do criar um oásis no deserto. Isso surgiu muito assim em cima da necessidade do assunto, hein? Sei não, hein?
Seguiu o roteiro, mano. Seguiu o roteiro.
Well, this was a strange turn of events.
Nunca se sabe o que esperar dessa
I think
coisa
it's
aí.
safe to say that this was one of the more memorable trade expos.
Bom, pessoal, então é isso. Esse foi o vídeo de hoje jogando toda a história desse evento. E passando só uma leve resumida sobre os minigames, tivemos um de combate com a B12 naqueles tiros da balista ali que, sendo bem sincero, achei meio meh. É difícil, tipo, os eventos de combate do Genshin são 8 ou 80. Ou eles fazem um negócio interessante, ou eles só fazem um bagulho, tipo, tanto faz, tanto fez, sabe? É bem difícil eles conseguirem fazer um negócio uou, sabe? Um evento de combate muito da hora. Teve o da Aino com os robôs, que a gente usa como um sistema de Tower Defense. Eu gosto bastante desse negócio de Tower Defense. Colocar estruturas pra defender e matar inimigos. Teve algo parecido, tipo, teve várias vezes algo parecido com isso na história do Genshin. No ZZZ teve recentemente também algo semelhante, então é algo que eu gosto bastante. E o diferencial desse aqui é que você, além de colocar as máquinas ali, você pode fazer, quando for evoluir elas, você pode fazer combinações diferentes, tipo, usar uma máquina de ataque junto com uma máquina de defesa, elas fazem um negócio especial. Ou usar uma máquina de defesa com recarregar energia pra, tipo, a moeda pra comprar mais máquinas e colocar no campo. Essa ideia é interessante. Se eles fizerem algo para continuarem nessa linha aí no próximo evento desse tipo aí, eu vou gostar bastante. E o outro que é o da Navia, que tem aquelas máquinas de ousia e pinomia. Eu nunca lembro o nome direito desse negócio de Fontaine, velho. Que as máquinas vão tacar uns quadrados em você, você vai estar com um escudo e você tem que trocar dependendo da cor do poder. Aí quando você pega esses quadrados, eles vão virando munição para você atacar nos bichos e eles morrerem. São um evento super simples e de boa, e um evento também bem tranquilo. Então, no geral, eu gostei porque foi algo mais pé no chão. Então, é isso, eu vou ficando por aqui. Muito obrigado por terem assistido este vídeo até agora. Deixa um like e se inscreva. E a gente se vê numa próxima.